Let's see Paul Allen's card.
He's not in there. Why would he be in his office at 3 o'clock? Where is he? Conference room.
Okay, I believe that is an L.
It is, in fact, an L.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Welcome here. Uh-oh. I'm already behind. Sully. Cool Frog. How are you, bud? Cool Frog, I thought you were a, why do I think that you work until, you do a live stream? Like, you're, busy working till, 1 o'clock and then you get in there. I had to destroy all the luxury embossing. Sully, how are you doing? Have you ever slept? I doubt it. For those who don't know, Sully and I have live streamed the past couple of nights, and she has become the better part of this show. The show being, I don't know what it is, but I like to ramble and talk at night, and that's all I know. You know what? I should have gone to the bathroom before I started. You know, it's just like one of those things. One day I'm going to have a wireless setup, and I know I'm going to end up going to the bathroom and not turning off my mic. It's only a matter of time. I mean, so might as well prepare you for it now. Anyway, so Sully and I have talked about Summer Wells, the missing 5-year-old from Hawkins County, Tennessee, for the past couple of nights. I was able to take some time off and go do a road trip to Hawkins County. And, oh, dude, Cool Frog. Dude, man, this is, I'm hoping this is for the best, man. We're going to have to talk. People say they have seen me sleep. Oh my gosh. Sully is always killing it. But anyway, yeah, I got a chance to do the, what did I do? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, go do the, tour of Hawkins County. Not Hawkins County, Greene County, wherever it was, I went. It was everywhere. And so we got to talk about the past couple of nights about these different areas and stuff where people, like Summer Wells has now become a UFO. People claim they see her in places. I don't know. It's, well, that was weird. I was looking for my channel, and a video from 3 months ago showed up. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, what I'm looking for is, I'm going to go here to the chat, where I can hit mute here, and then I'm going to do this. So, does that work? I think, yeah, it worked. Okay, so there we are. Slowly, if you can't ever sleep, you know you're welcome. Cool Frog, same thing. I just wanted to get out my emotional, pent up emotional baggage. That is this wonderful week we've been given of a plethora of news, and haven't been able to get to any of this because on the flip side, I have a well, that's cool. Now, Sully's now starting to talk in, see, Cool Frog. Do you see how that works there? That is awesome. I've told people many a time that I would completely talk in emojis if I could. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this whole week. Okay, so you got Elon Musk, right? You've got. Did you hear the news today? You got Biden. You heard him, right? About MAGA stuff he said. I mean, he's like either trying to make us. And I noticed this. It's a trend, but they're trying to make if well they're trying to control the narrative, and it's like they're trying to control speech, and now they're doing it with it's going to be that the Republican Party is terrorist is one thing they want to do, and the other thing is hate speech and stuff. And what's funny is that it's really a third rail, like the whole Trump thing. He's like, you guys could do your own deal, and I'm going to be over here. I'm going to take this one rail here that has electricity. So we got Elon Musk, got Biden, you got the herd. I wish I could turn this down, by the way. I saw, I've got playing in the background, Joe Neerman of Good Logic. I don't know why so many people, we just love this guy. What is it about him that just attracts people to him? But he, I had put out a tweet, and I think Cool for All you saw it. It was, showing, Grimm's Bar. He's done a couple of videos, recently that were Joe Neerman related. And anyway, I put out a tweet, and I put, Joe on there and Grimm's and stuff. And anyway, Joe liked the tweet. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Joe is, he's on that list. The top of my list of YouTubers is Ethan Van Sciver. And then everybody else kind of follows in. I just dig Ethan Van Sciver, his voice. I mean, you gotta hit the right time when he's doing a stream by himself. And it's well, ID Crisis, he would know. But anyway, you got Joe Neerman's going over Amber Heard stuff right now. That's funny. He's covering it off of what's her face, Legal Bites. Let's see who else. What else was there? Biden, MAGA, Elon Musk, Amber Heard. There's something else that happened this week. Oh man, there's a new poll out that might be fun. What else did I put in the description? Me Too. Sully said Me Too, and I just had to think about the Me Too movement. Well, anyway, so let's start with what's fun. Elon Musk. That guy is remarkable, and he breaks all the barriers. And I mean, I love him. I mean, he put out a cartoon. He tweeted out a cartoon of what like his political ideology is, and it's just him right there in the middle, just like, hey, yo, it's like I don't really have these extreme views either way. And then like how the left kept going further and further left until he found himself with the right, and that's what's happening now. And let's just take a second here. This whole speech thing and everything is completely weird. When you look at history, the left has always tried to claim that they're the free speech people. It was like, in the battle of the First Amendment, it was the right that was always the freedom of religion people. And the left was always the free speech, free press people. And now it's... the left doesn't defend any of those things. I'm going to say this right now. Can you name one constitutional amendment, one of the Bill of Rights? There's 10 of them. Can you name one of them that the left defends? Just one right, guaranteed, given to us by our creators and guaranteed that the government cannot infringe on these rights. Can you name one right that the left protects? Protects to make sure that it's not infringed upon. Now they can make up rights like abortion, which was I still haven't read that decision. I'm more interested in how did that get leaked? That's where the story is. That's where the pitchforks and the torches come out. But no, yeah, I just realized that the left. I mean, just name one constitutional provision that the left defends, and abortion doesn't count. You have to find that in the Constitution. If you're going to say, oh, well, it's implied through right of privacy. Okay, well then, what else is implied under right of privacy? Where's the handbook on that? One right. All right. I'm trying to write these things down. I need to start dating. That's what I need to do. I have a binder for that too. What's today's date? Do I know? Oh yeah, today is the day that oh look, hang on a second here. I'm gonna bring this up. I got a great thing to share with you guys. Let's see, where'd this go? Oh yeah, that's right. There you go. Brand. And overlay. And I love this. This is so great. Y'all are gonna love this. And boom. Oh man, our friend Guava Ball sent this out. It's awesome, isn't it? I had no idea that it was 155 years ago today that 3 brave Americans defeated El Guapo at the Battle of Santa Paco to give Mexico its independence. Good for you, Mexico. I'm glad we could help out. Anytime we can stand up against the French. Wait a second, do we like the French? Vietnam was because of the French. Revolutionary War. Wow, never mind. We have the French are our oldest allies. And we turned on them. Oh man, that's not good. Well, anyway, good for you, Mexico. May you have the freedom to wear sombreros now. That's what it was about. It was about the right to wear a sombrero. Cinco de Mayo was about the right to wear a sombrero. Anyway, so Elon Musk, he came out and the guy, I mean, the dude, you just had to see this coming. The guy that was the CEO of Twitter, he had put out all these tweets like before, like when Elon bought 10% of the company. It's like, oh, well, we're excited to invite, Dr. Musk. Is he a doctor, Elon? Let's start calling him Doctor. Dr. Musk. We're proud to invite him to the board. He is a, whatever. And then it was like, I forget what they did. They did it was stupid stuff. Everything he said was. And then now, Elon's like, I think I'm going to become the CEO of my company. Oh, I mean, I love it. I love it. And why are the Democrats so against an African American, by the way? Somebody, we need to address that too at some point. But I love it. Elon Musk, he's like, I think I'm going to be the CEO. So, bye-bye. Now, I heard that the guy got like a severance package of $40 million. That's my nightcap right there. I'll tell you what. If anybody wants to come along and give the expert a severance package, I'll take 10%. Okay? You go ahead and give me a $4 million. Just $4 million is all I need. And I, too, will accept that as a severance package and leave the tubes. You'll never hear from me again. Hell, you're going to hear from me. You can't You can't be without me now. You're stuck. Oh, wait a second. It's completely squashed for Hillary and Bill. I love it. I love when the chat takes on a life of their own. But yeah, I'll take $4 million. I'll tell you what I'll do. All of you guys, the regulars here on YouTube, you get that $4 million severance. Well, we're gonna throw a party, okay? I don't know where. You guys decide. Where's a good place to throw a party at? And that's where we're gonna go. And we'll total, like, everybody will have streaming like 24/7 type. We'll do everything, and whatever it is, we're gonna have a great time. Uh, that reminds me. Tomorrow night, we need to find out whatever happened to shot girls. Body shots. Are those things around anymore? We talked about those before. Corona ruined everything good. But yeah, so Elon is going to take over as CEO, and they're still freaking out over this. Why? I mean, this is the worst thing for anybody to try to figure out, because you're sitting here going, you said over and over and over again, and we can quote this, right? Their company, their rules. If you want a social media platform, start it yourself, right? Look at Parler. Parler tried to do that, and what happened? Amazon owns all the servers. And I just heard something else about Amazon. Amazon, which has moved a lot of their stuff, corporate stuff, to Tennessee, is now paying cash money, for anybody who wants to have an abortion that lives in a quote-unquote red state, to go to another state to have an abortion. So they're going right back to Seattle. Okay? Get the hell out of Tennessee is what I say. Just take all your little books, take your little trinkets, whatever the hell it is. Get the hell out of Tennessee. Go back to Seattle. Let the mold and mildew and, whatever else you have out there, the Spoon Man out there. You guys know about the Spoon Man, right? Take your Starbucks and go back to Seattle. Nobody wants you here. Bye-bye. Anyway, and that's because Tennessee has a triggered effect. It's actually, I believe it's a constitutional amendment that as soon as the bill gets published, or the the Supreme Court ruling gets published, that abortion will be banned in Tennessee. Will be the second it happens. So, which also makes me wonder, because there was a abortion clinic that burned down in East Tennessee recently. I said recently, like last 6 months maybe. And now you have to ask yourself, are they going to build back? And of course, I want to find out, because I hope that if it were, I don't know. I think last I heard, and I haven't checked to see the final thing, was that it wasn't really a suspicious type burn, but it happened. And of course, they acted when the press release goes out, saying how many women's health is going to be affected. Planned Parenthood, maybe they should start worrying about men's health. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Elon. But yeah, you saw how Amazon, they own all the servers. They took Parler out. Start your own. And what they did, they just went after and they attacked it. There's something wrong there. And that kind of brings me to the next thing. Did you see where Joe Biden said that the worst political thing ever, blah, 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 was MAGA people? Antifa is an idea, but a slogan from the 80s. It was Reagan's slogan first. A slogan from back then is now the most dangerous group of people. Look, they did that with the whole they say, the Boogaloo Boys. There's no such thing. Boogaloo got started on various chat rooms when it was talking about, it's like the electric Boogaloo. It was a goofball thing. Like when the end of times come, it's kind of like it's a meme. Either it gets started by libertarians or it's always associated with libertarians. It's like the Wookiee suit. Okay, when the end of the times come, who's going to be, all these guys that are like, oh, all these people are militia people and this and that. No, they're dads, their brothers, their sisters, their moms. They're out there. You know who they are. They're overweight. They're wearing Choco sandals, and they put a hot dog on the grill and they're calling it barbecue, right? They're the dude in Missouri. What was his name? He and his wife came out and stopped the invasion of the Black Lives Matter protest that would turn into a riot when they were trespassing. He comes out with an AR. Yeah, okay, so this is like, that's what the whole Boogaloo was about. It's all like, it's stupid. It's stupid how they try to change it around into something nefarious and evil, and it was, it's all the stuff. And that's what they continue to do. The politics here, if you sit there and your political party says complete doublespeak, then you too are part of the problem. Antifa is not a lie. That is true. Uh-oh. We can do body shots tomorrow night, no line on Friday. I love Sully. Deal with rotten eggs. I'll take $1 million to leave YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, Antifa. I mean, matter of fact, I'll tell you what. Did you guys see? Oh, that's the other thing. Dave Chappelle, man. Have y'all seen that? So, Dave Chappelle, he was speaking, he was, I don't know where it is on the tubes. Let's see if I can find it. I bet you I can't. Because you know why? Because I want it, and I can't get what I want. Dave Chappelle's doing a set, and some dude comes running up, jumps him, and Dave Chappelle, I don't know what happened. I didn't see a good video of it. He's like, I'm gonna kick his ass. Something, beat his ass. And this dude, let's see if I can find that video too. Dave, I don't even know how to spell Chappelle. He's been streaming for 10 hours today. Oh, it's TMZ. I can't show the TMZ video. Dave Chappelle is still streaming right now. Russell Brand has a reaction video. Well, there's too much stuff. Let me see if I can find. I'm just not prepared. I'm sorry. I have to find this stuff. I don't have time for all this stuff. But anyway, if you see the guy that went after Chappelle on stage, the first thing that went to my mind was, that guy looks like an Antifa fool. He's wearing a backpack, first of all. He's at the LA, whatever it was, big event, all this stuff. How did he get to the front row? He's wearing a backpack. He had on him a gun that had a knife, it wasn't a real gun, it was a replica gun, and it's like a knife comes, the gun part, it hides a blade. It's something stupid you get at the flea market. Anyway, so he had that on him, but I don't know why. We have no idea why he was attacking Dave Chappelle. The dude got his arm about twisted off, and yeah, so he's streaming. He's been for 10 hours. He's about like you. He's like, oh my gosh, Sully is the master of streaming. I gotta try to beat her. And so he got on there, and he is going It's been going 10 hours plus now. Oh my gosh, Cool Frog, you remind me of something here. Hang on. See if I saved this, dude. See if I saved this. I bet you I don't have it on here. I don't. Crud. I was gonna... Yeah. It was that sex strike thing. But anyway, yeah, I don't have it with me. But you know, I did find I have. Look at this. Amber Heard did it. See that little poop there on the right hand side? And by the way, that's something else I wanted to talk about. But yeah, Dave Chappelle. That dude, you gotta check out the video and see if you don't think like he's like, boy, that guy kind of does look like Antifa. But yeah, those people are just an idea. But if you are a person about saying, I want to make America great, I want to restore the values and the principles back into the individual and take away the power of the government, we got to stop the size of government. We have to realize that the best for the person is created by the person. We have to think about America's interests before any others. And charity begins at home before it goes overseas. Any of those things, you're an evil, vile person. I mean, it's just, it's sickening to think that these people live here. That would say that about your fellow Americans. But anyway, actually, you know what? Let me just skip on into that then. So there's a new poll out. Let me share this. Because I like this one. So, do I need the methodology? Let's just do this one. It's a random one. Okay, you got this pop up? Pop. Yeah, pop up like corn pop. So Biden shouldn't run, most voters say. So this is Rasmussen. And I'm a big poll guy. And when I say a big poll guy, like, I have my own theory. Okay, in 2016, I was the only one in my little group of people, my little inside group guys, that identified the one poll that was doing it right, and it was the Los Angeles Times. Los Angeles Times is the only one that had Trump winning the entire time. Every other poll had him losing. And they nailed it perfectly, the way he won and the percentage and everything else. I have my own thing. I mean, yeah, you know, I use as an example, like there's 20, I say the only one. Again, you know, this is like just BS and group of people. And you have all these polls. There's certain numbers I always look for and certain methods I always look for to see if I like that poll or not. If I see something I don't like, I immediately reject the poll. I don't even have to read the next thing. But this one, Rasmussen usually does pretty good. And for this one, let's see, now I haven't checked on the wording yet, but this is the main thing I always look for. Likely U.S. voters. Not adults, not registered voters, but likely voters. So, majority of voters think Joe Biden shouldn't seek re-election in 2024. Rasmussen was done by the Heartland Institute. So that 61% of U.S. voters believe Biden should not run for a second term. 61%. That is a damning margin. Okay. Only 28% say that he should seek re-election, and 11% aren't sure. They aren't sure? No, they know. They just don't want to admit it. That's the problem. They don't want to think, oh shit, that orange man was right. Now here we go. If the next presidential election were held today, and Biden were running against Trump, 50% would vote Trump, while 36% would vote for Biden. But for the warning for the tubes, this is a poll done by Rasmussen. This is straight from them. This is a reputable organization, and this is about 2024. Let me tell you this right now. This is about right for a previous election. I have no doubt. It was, I'll tell you what, let me break down the numbers. These are all offhand. See this number here, 36%? You're always going to have 36%. It's in politics. You have about 35% vote Republican, about 35% vote Democrat, and 30% say they're independent and vote for the best person. That independent group, you're only trying to get 15% plus one, right? That is, that 15% that will vote for whoever has more power than any other group in America. In the 2020 election, there were no undecided voters. And I say no undecided voters, I mean, it was like a margin of error type. And that was on every poll just about going into it. There's never undecided voters like that. Independent voters were almost like 90% for Biden. Independent voters always split down the middle. So, like I said, it's 15% plus one. The only time when it's not is when it's something popular like Obama. People want to be part of something new. Hillary thought that was going to happen for her, but she's been around for so long. Like, the Democrats have ruined a female candidate being elected between her and Kamala. They're exposed, and they make all women look bad. But anyway, yeah. What was that number again? 50% would vote for Trump. He's not in office, y'all. He's not on Twitter. He's not on Facebook. Yet 50% of likely voters would vote for him. And there's no positive news stories about him. There hasn't been any. This may very well be that 50%, maybe the most powerful 50% probably in American politics. Like the history of American politics. Like, it is terrifyingly high. And I'm a Trump guy. I mean, and I see that high. That tells me, I mean, that's just, it changes everything. It absolutely changes everything. And if people like Mitt Romney don't realize that, they're idiots. They're going to sabotage that party. That's why I said, if my ongoing theory, my statement, is that if Trump doesn't win the next election, there will never be a Republican. The Republican Party might as well fold. You have a grassroots base that will never come back. What you need to do is just go ahead and give it to them, or it'll be a Democrat rule, and they'll vote Democrat probably afterwards. They'll say, all right, let's just go ahead and burn the whole thing down. It's a phenomenon. So anyway, yeah, I'm done with that. I don't want to talk anymore. I'll get in trouble. But this is all hypothetical. This is all like in the future. This is just theory. Anything can happen. Anything can change. Remember, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me for legal advice. I do not know anything about rocket surgery. So do your own research and listen to the pros. Don't listen to the expert. So anyway, sorry guys, I miss y'all over here in comments. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the one and only ID Crisis. How are you, sir?
Yes!
I love that. How
That's
you
what's up.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm last couple of nights I've been on with Sully. I got the chance to take some time off and go do some driving around in these areas where that missing little girl we've talked about before, Summer Wells,
Yeah.
that whole thing. So I got back and I was able to upload the video, and she knows all that stuff, man. She's like an encyclopedia for it. And then she introduced me like, I see like over here right now, Brock is in the chat.
Isn't
That's
she?
Brock.
She's familiar with the area or from there?
Brock is just a Summer Wells. It's so many people are captivated. You know, we talked about this with your comic. Is that it's and also, by the way, what's the name of your comic again?
It's going to be called Asphalt. I'm actually lettering page 3 now.
That's awesome, dude. Asphalt.
Um,
You know what's funny about it is I almost said Asphalt Jungle.
yeah, like Concrete Jungle, right?
Yeah, but I like Asphalt, man. It's a great name. But it's like what
See,
we're.
sometimes people will say the wrong thing and actually come up with a better. Like I got into it. I think it was like a super chat or something like that, and somebody had pronounced my name Id Crisis, which
Yes,
made a lot more sense on some days.
it is, and you know what? You told me that, and I need to start
I
calling
did
you
tell
that.
you that. I gotta start getting out more.
Oh gosh, I need to get out. I don't know. I need to get out less.
So
But
you are. I was listening earlier. You were talking about how the man. How did Biden put it? We're the most extreme political movement in American history.
yeah, right.
Right. Even more than the like during the Civil War or
Is
the
that
Revolutionary War, the War of 1812. The very radical asking to be heard. What a crazy idea.
yeah? It's weird to me. It's a excuse me here. Okay, so I typed in. Uh, let's see here. Which one do I like best? Let's do. I will just start with Fox News. I haven't. Where did I see that? Maybe I saw it, passing on a news channel or something. And it's
I saw it on
he
Tucker's
said that.
show.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah.
Former President Trump said that MAGA is saving America, and then what did Biden say?
It was. There's got to be a transcript or something because it was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why is this the worst article I've ever seen? I said because it's so long. Let me find another one here. I do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scrub. Oh wait, I think I found it. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, I found it on Newsweek. Biden on Wednesday was used harshly critical terms when describing the far right segment of the Republican Party, calling the MAGA crowd the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history, in recent American history.
I don't remember him saying that. I remember
Yeah.
him saying that in, you know, I remember him saying like American history, in the history of this country.
Well, I
They-
mean, that is what he said.
I
And
mean,
then
we can,
supposedly he goes in recent American history, but yeah, it doesn't matter. He still put out the words. When you see them written down,
yeah,
you realize what the thing is. Like, yeah, maybe he stuttered a little bit and said, "Well, in recent American history," but when you see it written down, you just break it down. It says the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history.
Meme the Left did a great one on that.
Oh, I do not know them. Are they on Twitter?
Yeah, Meme the that's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Let me find it real quick. Yeah, oh yeah, those MAGA folks have a problem.
What are the next things?
Oh, wrong button. Okay, if you want, I can share the screen. Or
Yeah, man. Yeah,
is that too loud?
that's fine, man.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking. Brave tab. There. Let me get it.
Oh, Jane's here. Hey, Jane, how are you?
Got friends. Okay. All right.
Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
What are the next things that are going to be attacked? Because this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right?
What are the next things that are going to be attacked? Because this MAGA crowd is really the most
I couldn't believe
extreme
that.
political organization that's
I
existed in
know.
American history.
I love it when you put them right next to each other.
Half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
And it's just a fraction of the video
Yeah.
that
Right?
exists.
What are the next things that are going to be
Oh,
attacked?
I love that. It's a peaceful
Because this
protest.
MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right?
What are the next things that are going to be attacked?
Yeah.
Because this MAGA
That's
crowd
something I hated
is
about
really the
masks
most
the most
extreme
was
political
fog of
organization that's existed in American history.
You could put half of Trump's supporters
Hang on a second. I couldn't hear you over.
I was saying that the thing I hated about masks most of all, I just noticed it because I never watched CNN, but this guy here, it always fogs up your glasses. So I was having a little bit of sympathy for him there, just a little bit.
right?
Right? Let's pause this here. Yeah, and we've all seen these quotes, right?
Protesters should not let up. Yeah, you know, there's actually a lot of talk that Carmelo, or whatever her name is, on the top right there, could be impeached over that. Her stuff that she
Kamala or the
Yeah,
the
Kamala.
black Ilea next to her.
Did you say that's a black guy next to her?
Said black Ilea.
I don't know who that is.
Ilea is the bald chick from the Star Trek the Motion Picture, from way back.
The first motion picture? Like the
Yeah,
first,
don't worry.
like
I'm aging myself. Don't worry about it. But that's like the whole thing right there. Great classical music.
yeah.
He's a fun channel. Meme the left.
Meme to the left. I'm gonna check that out. I love this here. Jane in the chat said, "I hope I don't offend anyone, but I like Trump." Jane, welcome to the family. Okay.
It's the only way
Again.
that you can win in euchre.
Yeah,
Really?
it's nobody. I don't think Biden likes himself, but that's not what it's about. It's about. I mean, my gosh, I have a friend of mine who she works for a U.S. senator, and she's very, very like just classically religious. She doesn't go around. I mean, she's friends with me, so she obviously has a cool sense of humor.
Well, yeah. I mean, even Jesus hung out with the whores and tax collectors.
Yes, exactly.
And it's a great way to not insult somebody when you're. I'm not very religious. That's okay. Jesus hung out with the whores, so I can handle you.
That's right. Yes, you did, Sully. Sully's on fire. She's gone 24 hours without sleeping. So whenever
Really?
that day comes, and I would decide to do that 24-hour chat or live stream.
Yeah.
Sully's gonna have to be involved in that one.
Yeah. Just bring the Keurig and
Yes.
put it right next to the computer.
Oh, Brock, kick me out because I'm not a fan of politics. That's the whole reason why we're talking about it. It's because nobody's a fan of politics. It's not the way it's ever been. But this recent stuff, though, it's transparent. I almost called you Id, by the way. It's transparent. It's transparent, Id. Because it just shows that something's going to happen very shortly, and they're going to ramp it up. And you see that with everything.
Yeah.
It's just it's over and over and over again.
It's on a daily basis, things are becoming more and more crazy.
Yes.
Where you're sort of like I don't know. It's like a cult like status.
Yes.
there is objective reality that people are refusing to deal with. Like this is one of the reasons why we, raise kids and are like tough with them sometimes, because the world is not a nice place very often. And, they need to be able to not just get around the people who are trying to, step on them in the situations and what have you, but then the way that people tend to hold themselves back and not be a whiner,
Yeah.
to not be your own worst enemy. But I don't know what happened to these. I don't know what happened to these people. They spent $40,000 to $80,000 on a college education so that a professor could tell them that for 4 years you were right about everything as long as you agree with me. You don't actually have to challenge the status quo. All you have to do is agree with everything that's being said, and your life will be fine. But reality has a way. It's like when Jeff Goldblum says that nature finds a way.
Yes, I love that. The chaos theory.
Yeah, reality finds a way to rear
Yeah.
its ugly head. Like, did nobody think that the pendulum was going to swing in the other direction? Did they honestly think that that wasn't
Well,
going to
it
happen?
always does. It always no. They don't think it
Yeah.
will. They
It's an
think that the
historical-
only reason why it does is because they haven't put enough weights, on one side, or they haven't burned enough books to. And by burning books, I mean that's just by burning history.
Right.
Tearing down a statue that's been there for 100 years is the same thing as burning a book.
Yeah, we
Replacing
need
it
to be
with something
reminded
else.
we have to be reminded of stuff. I mean, it's all that stuff that everybody says. You forget history, doomed to repeat it,
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
But I don't know, man. This election coming up, it's going to be. I mean, if you thought 2016 had, it was like when you flick the lights on in a roach infested apartment and they all just scatter.
Scattered. You're so right about that, because it really was, and it wasn't. It was both sides. It was both sides just scattered.
Well, I mean, as soon as Trump was elected, as soon as they found out that he was going to be president, then or no, better, even better still, at the end of V, when we finally realized that they're really all lizards just wearing human makeup,
Yes.
they just tore it all off. It's, oh my God, it's really a giant bug underneath, screaming its head off because it's been found out. And I've said that before. It doesn't, and it's not even Trump himself. It's just um, the dynamic where if you get somebody into a position of leadership who actually knows what they're doing, they cannot but shine the light on the people who don't know what they're doing. So Trump having been not just a success but also a failure.
Mm-hmm.
We don't learn without failing. Success doesn't teach us anything. But a guy who takes risks, he knows what he's doing. He has a lot of executive experience. You take anybody like that, any CEO of a company where the decisions that you make actually have consequences, and you put them in government, it's going to shine a light on how bad the system is, no matter what. Just by their being there, just by being present. So,
Dude, I love that.
I don't want to ramble.
Well, no, you're not. I love that. It's just by, um, uh, I'm sorry. I just looked down. I saw
be
Brock
right
put
back.
in there.
I'll be
She's
right
a
back. I gotta
Steelers
get a
fan.
bottle of water.
Okay, yeah, sorry, man. Uh, but yeah, it's just by being there and people go crazy. That's the whole problem with it. Um, but anyway, I saw that Brock said Steelers. So anyway, did you know, Brock, that ID Crisis is in Pittsburgh? So there you go. You got a connection to him already. Um, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so I've got to go in and change the settings of my mouse pad. I know. All right, so let's see here. I want to go here. I want to show you guys. I want to add this picture. ID was talking about when Trump got elected, how you saw people act. And we want to remind everybody of this. And boom. I mean, is that not the. Because here he's coming to Trump. He wanted to be Secretary of State. And he probably should have been him or Bob Corker. But anyway, we had a hard time there with the Secretary of State. Didn't Trump go through 3 of them, I think? I don't know. Gosh, Secretary of State would be the perfect position. It can't be hard. It can't be. Just tell everybody to stop what they're doing. So let's see here. What else? Talk about Elon Musk. We're talking about Biden, and of course those numbers, man. Those are damning numbers. Well, ID's gone. So Amber Heard, just real quick, her and Johnny Depp trial. I have caught a New York minute of Heard on the stand, and I don't know if y'all have looked at any of it. Constipated dinner pic. RJ, how you doing, bud? By the way, RJ, I told my bride that you came on, and she got excited. She wanted to know how you're doing and everything. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it's like we're getting the band back together." So, but Amber Heard, though, this thing, I couldn't watch it. I mean, I just couldn't watch that testimony. That's a bad ex-relationship. Can't they move on? Yes. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Also, Brock, you nailed it right here. So, well, there's so much of that the Me Too movement and everything they got kind of. That's really what's the underlying thing now that's on trial. But the ex-relationship, if Amber Heard doesn't remind me of, ex-girlfriends, it's like, oh man, or like girls like I knew, and I'm like, yeah, there's just something like I just don't like about them or something like that. Amber Heard's it. And now, ladies, I'm not picking on chicks, but I don't have, I don't have a Amber Heard dude reference to make. I don't have, I don't know of a dude that acts like her, but you see her that on stand, her sensationalism, is that what I'm looking for? The way she acts, the way she's, her crying, is it crying? Let's see your hand here. I keep seeing the chat move. I keep trying to go back here. I love it. You know what? I love when I can't catch up to him. And ID Christ is back. Sorry, dude. Sorry. I didn't know I had to sign you back in.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just I stopped the cam and the mic, and I probably hit the wrong thing. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha. Well, I was looking down there. I was like, oh, okay. So he's like taking himself off. He'll put himself back in.
Yeah.
I'm just going with it, man.
Yeah, I need a little help. So.
Oh, hey, we all need. What's Joe Cocker, man? We all need a little help from our friends.
That's right.
Actually, that was the Beatles that did that first, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they did. They did a lot of stuff first, and I don't know. I tend to appreciate the covers better than the original, especially if I heard the cover before I heard the original. You know what I mean? Like I heard "Dancing in the Streets" when Van Halen did it before I heard the original, so it was already in my head.
So, and that goes. I'm going full circle to what I was getting ready to say. "Girl, You Really Got Me Going" by Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that song evidently was so popular that the Kinks, when they went on tour, because it's originally their song, that at one point they would go out there on stage. They're on stage and you're like, okay, next we're gonna play a Van Halen song, and they introduced it as a Van Halen song because they're like, no one's ever heard of our version of it until Van Halen got it. And I remember reading that and I'm thinking that's just great, man. That's just classic comedy right there. And of course,
it's also a little bit of respect. It's thanks for doing the song. They brought that stuff back into the spotlight, and lean into it. You know what I mean? Not.
Yes, they did. It was David Lee Roth said that that was part of the reason of them breaking up, was that he wanted to keep doing covers and Eddie didn't want to. And David Lee Roth, like, his idea was, but these are already hits. So we don't have to worry about our next song being a hit. It's already a hit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but of course you don't want to end up, you're not going to be a multi, I don't know many cover bands.
I think doing a covers, yeah, everything's all laid out, but then if you don't do it right, it's totally going to suck. You have to make it, yours. Like perfect example. And I know not a lot of people have heard it because it's sort of an esoteric band, but when George Lynch left Dokken, then did Lynch Mob in like 1990, the first record is from beginning to end really good.
Yeah.
They got rid of the lead singer because he was ornery on stage and they couldn't tour with him. But the second one that they did was not as good as the first. It was still pretty good, but their version of Tie Your Mother Down is far and away better than the original. And I know who I'm talking about. Queen. Yes. Okay. A post glam heavy metal band. I don't even call it heavy metal, is probably being generous. Did a version of Queen's Tie Your Mother Down at least 5 times better than the original.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
Tie Your Mother Down?
Yeah. I'm not a big Queen fan.
Okay. Well, we can still be friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's one that you really, it's good for singing in the shower, especially if you're pissed off at something. It's a good happy / angry song.
Bitch hate music. I have a friend of mine that he used to call it, man, you know what? Like gun. Yeah, it was bitch hate music. And
Well,
it
you
was
guys put that one in the Discord the other day. I never really paid attention to the lyrics. I knew the song, but that was
Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, that would be like the perfect example. I had a friend of mine that said nobody could do bitch hate music better than Axl Rose. And I was like,
that, yeah. I mean, I'm going to end up going obscure. There's one artist that I like that he doesn't do it all the time, but when he does it really good. It's not bitch hate. I guess you'd call it bitch hate. It's that I'll be fine without you, and I might even be happier without you music.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like when you realize that you're with your girlfriend, just absolutely sucks.
Right, but they don't. This doesn't sound angry. Like Man in the Moon is, it's basically like she's gone and I'll be fine. Just me and the Man in the Moon. Like it's nice. It's like one dude out on a picnic, but picnic blanket staring at the sky with a case of beer next to him. You know what I mean? And that's all I need. Like the Jerk and this, my thermos, my chair, my lamp. And that's all I need.
I love the Jerk.
Yeah, man, that was a good one. So, but I feel like I'm getting you off course. You have a subject.
Oh no, I mean, see, it always ends up. That's our thing. We end up going to
tangents.
Yeah, well, it's movies, and now it's music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like music. Like it was such a big part of my life. It's kind of like now it's become, it's kind of become like how baseball used to be such a huge part of my life. And I mean, like when I was a kid, like I studied baseball stats. I mean, I was that guy to tell you, like 1961, Roger Maris hit 61 home runs. Mickey Mantle was out for 5 games when he was averaging, I forget how many, he was averaging a home run every 2 games. And so if Mantle hadn't been injured, would he have beaten Maris's record? I mean, stuff like that, right? And then it's like baseball just kind of became what it is now, where it started to suck.
Right.
Yeah. And anyway, it's just like, man, this was America's pastime. It was so much fun. And then it's all like, oh, we're doing all night games now. And now we're going to try to like speed it up. And I don't know. It's just...
I remember some sports guy on the radio, because I would work late at night and listen to some AM talk, and eventually we'd go into the sports guy that doesn't have a big audience, and they just put him on at like 1:00.
Yeah,
asking the question about and why, like he's trying to compare baseball to other sports when it came to like extra innings and games that last for freaking ever because nobody can get a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like he hadn't thought of it before he asked the question. Like in every other sport, there's a time. In every other sport, there's 4 quarters and then there's overtime and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like in hockey, was it like 3 overtimes? The Penguins and the Rangers were playing in the first round of the playoffs. They had 3 overtimes. But I mean, how many extra innings should there be ties in baseball? Are there ties? There's ties in football, aren't there?
Yeah, I know there have been. Now, see, football is one of the sports where their rules are starting to screw up football because they have a new set of rules every year. And as somebody like me, like I like college football, and so now you're starting to see like there's so many little nuanced rules that come in. I can't remember, but yeah, there used to be ties at least. I don't know of any recently.
Well, all those rules they're trying to make the game less violent. They're trying to make the game something other than what it is.
They're trying to turn it all into soccer so we can all be European.
Word.
Because soccer was invented by European ladies they would have something to do while their men were cooking.
Okay.
That was King of the Hill.
I gotta have to look. I only just started watching the Big Bang Theory the other day, just because somebody at work says, "Hey, I started watching that. That's actually pretty good," and I trust his opinion. But most of the time, if everybody's watching it, if everybody's listening to it, I have a tendency to avoid it like the plague. But then I'll end up becoming that person who, once I do discover something that I really like, I feel like I'll end up evangelizing over it until, like Dave, shut up. We know your favorite band is, fill in the blank, or your favorite movie is whatever, and just it's really not that important, but.
But speaking of, you'll love Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first season, so I still feel like the cast is a little bit raw.
Oh, dude, man, yeah. Oh, man, it's definitely like second, third season, and you start getting into it, and
they still seem to be like a little bit more comfortable with the characters. Because right now they seem a little, especially like the Leonard's character or the character of Leonard. It seems
well, you know who that is, right?
Practiced. Well, you mean who inspired the character?
No, Leonard, like who's like his previous work.
I'd have to IMDb it.
Dude, that's Rusty from Christmas Vacation.
Oh no! Not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Leonard. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, David, Darlene's boyfriend.
Yeah, that guy too. Yes.
I'm thinking of the tall, geeky one, his roommate.
Oh, Sheldon.
Sheldon, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he's ever done.
I don't know if he has done it.
Yeah, but he nailed that part.
He's perfect for the part, but even now, he seems a little that he hasn't quite fit into it yet. It works, you know what I mean? But it's sort of like, you get into a new car you're not used to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that Cool Frog here, he actually brings up a point that I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
And I've not gone into it, but I've heard multiple times. Like if you take and there's YouTube videos where they took the laugh track out of Big Bang Theory, and all of a sudden you're like, this isn't a very funny show. Like it's kind of depressing.
Right.
And it's weird to how that plays on you because I forget, it was some show. I think it was like maybe like
they did that to Seinfeld too. They did that to Seinfeld, and it was the episode where Elaine realizes that she's in the apartment of a more than likely a serial killer, and the laugh track is the only thing that's making it funny at all. Like her reactions and stuff. Without the laugh track, you're like, all of a sudden it's like suspense horror. Like get out of there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how the sound messes with your mind and how you see things and everything?
Yeah, it's creepy. And I mean, and it's a good lesson though. I mean, because if it can happen with a laugh track in a produced show, then can it not also happen with the other media that we're bombarded with?
Exactly. It's all of a sudden you have. What if they start adding laugh tracks for politics?
Oh,
It's like
you know what? That's a great idea.
so you come out there and
Should
you're
you be
like,
able to just take? Well, I mean, it's sad otherwise, but yeah, take a laugh track and of like especially Kamala Harris. Ugh,
yeah.
and actually
Well,
make it more entertaining.
well,
Than,
yeah, true. But like, imagine like you could all of a sudden you make your candidate sound funny and witty and people like him all because of a laugh track.
yeah. Or
Now watch
When Biden says to those those that military group of that room full of military people he's talking in front of these clap you stupid bastards and then
yes,
the laugh track in front of that and all of a sudden it doesn't sound like he's disrespecting the military. Yeah,
yeah.
watch Jen Psaki from today if you want to laugh at politics, Cool Frog.
I
Yeah.
didn't see
Or
Jim Psaki. What'd she do?
I think is this the one, and he'll probably correct me if I'm wrong. If this is the one where Peter Ducey, like she contradicted herself within the same 60 seconds or 5 minutes, and he had to remind her that she actually just said the thing that she said that she didn't say. It was pretty bad. She's seriously losing the plot.
Well, she doesn't care. She's on cruise control.
Right? Doesn't she have a job with?
MSNBC.
Yeah, she's jumping from one sinking ship to another.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I type in Jim Psaki and all I get are like the real, like I get like Fox News, Bloomberg News, PBS News, Washington Post. I need to find somebody who's done a cut of it. It's a week.
Yeah.
Cool Frog says she's out in a week.
Oh, really? A week?
Yeah. Oh, Jane can't stand to watch her. Oh my gosh, I almost
Taking off
feel.
for now. She's taking off. Is it something I said?
What?
Your girl Jane, she's bailing. She's out.
Oh,
She's
wait a second.
out.
Hang on. You can't go anywhere. Jane, hang on a second. Wait, no. What's TTFN? Is that what that means?
That's off for now.
Oh, well, I don't know some of that. Jane, hang on a second. Hang on. I'm going to play something for you. Okay? You're going to love me. You're going to love me forever for this. Because this has become a meme of this show, of this program, whatever this is. I don't even know we are. Whatever this reality is we're in.
Uh-oh.
Where'd it go? I don't have sound.
You're
Note I'm
muted.
going to circle back. I hate to disappoint conservative Twitter, but I am going to circle back on a number of things, as we often do directly. I'll circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back.
There you go, Jane.
Excellent question. Circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle back with all of you.
Cocaine or not, what do you think?
This is such a good question. I have not had the opportunity to dig into that. I'll circle
See?
back.
Circling back.
Everyone trying to figure out where did it come from?
I'm not aware of anything, but we'll circle back.
I love this video.
As a mom myself, I want to know all the details. I have to circle back.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
I will venture to get you an answer on that. Maybe we'll talk about it and we'll circle back. I will have to circle back on that one.
What's the significance
we'll
of Timmy
circle back.
Swaggerton? Or
I will have
Kenneth
to circle
Copeland?
back with you. Let me give you a very specific
He just
example.
makes a good sound bite.
I'll circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back. Circle back. That's an excellent question. Circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle
I mean, this is
back.
when we have to have Grim Barr explain to us.
There are a number of ways to combat misinformation. One of them is circle back.
He told us that Trump was invincible. Hillary was in the prison, right?
I don't really have any predictions for you on that. I can circle back. Let me see if I can get more detail for you on that. Circle back.
I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
We'll try to get to as many questions as possible. I'll circle back. I don't have anything more for you.
Jeez,
And
I mean,
that
that's so
communication has
great.
been lacking.
That just shows, because
Well, as you
it's
know,
like everyone thinks she's,
let me give you a very specific example.
well, they try to say she's smart.
Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back. Circle back. That's an excellent question.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Circle back.
every
I
one
hate
of
to
those
disappoint
was
you, but we will venture to circle
every
back.
one of the circle backs. I wouldn't be surprised if every one of the circle backs was like that. None of them were repeated.
No, I don't think they are. I mean, I've heard her almost as good as 4. Sully's doing You guys are messing me up over here. Anyway, yeah, I've heard Psaki say that before, and it's just, I think what this person does, and goes back to, I love people that have this talent, right? And this is one of these things that are great, like, okay, so like I showed my wife the motorcycle you put up, right? With you done all the painting on and everything and the fixing it.
Which one? The green one?
Yes, the green one.
Yeah, I got a picture of the rear fender. It's coming along.
Yes.
I mean, it's not even in my hands yet. I just stopped over to drop off a helmet. I was like, oh, look, there's putty on it. Click.
Yeah. Well, I showed her like what the finish was, the finished one, and then I showed her that, and first I showed her, and she's like, wait, what am I looking at? She's like, Jokers or something? I was like, no, look. And then I showed her how when you had it finished, I was like, look at that paint. I was like, he explained this entire paint process. It's a 3D effect when he's outside. That's why he has. I was like, it's amazing. I was like, and then the guy takes it off the trailer the first time and it snaps.
Yeah, right.
And
vomit inducing for sure.
Yes. And so, but I'm talking about like that raw talent. I'm like, can you believe somebody that can see this like you do? And I'm like, man, like I can't believe these people. Like, this is so awesome. Like, and you have an exceptional talent. And so it's like when you see these videos now, because of talking to people like you and stuff, I'm like, okay, somebody saw this. Like, yes, like what was the significance of who was it that was in there? The preacher.
Of Kenneth Copeland.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were trying to equate, a cult leader to a cult leader.
Maybe I don't know. That's what's so great about this. I'm learning. And I think it's so neat but yeah, I'm like you. I don't think. I think each one of those circle backs are probably unique. It drove this person nuts listening to it all the time, and they're like, I have to do a video now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's good for sampling because she says it the same way every time. There's one I sent in the private chat. Now, stop if you've heard this one where Alex Jones has put the heavy metal.
Oh, wait a second. Hang on.
If you've seen it already.
No, I'm not seeing. You know what's funny is I have. Man, I've got to do.
In the private chat.
Yeah, I've got it. I've just got to redo my thing.
I can put it in regular.
No, you got me thinking about what else I have to do. All right, I've got this pulled up already. All right, here we go. Let me flip it. Hopefully that helps some.
Mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber.
Oh my gosh!
With one ship, the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to
I have a smile ear to ear right now.
I know. I was the same way the first time I heard him. Like, that dude, and he's, it gets you.
Oh my gosh!
It goes a little bit. It goes a little bit prog for a second. It slows down.
There was only like 11 people alive of the 200-something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer and explorer. Going into space. Mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail.
Oh my God.
Tuning into it. They want to shut your mind. Talking about Justin Bieber. It's pure evil. They're taking your intellect, your soul, and giving you Michael Jordan Bieber. Unlock your human potential.
Oh my gosh!
Who want to shatter your mind. There's doorways to perception. I want to see you truly live. I want to see you truly be who you are.
Oh my gosh! You guys
My
are.
brother was into Alex Jones, way before I was, and I never really listened to him to the point where I was like, he's going to be right about some stuff. He's not going to be right about some stuff, but there is a what's talking about movies, and I'll just put it in the
Yeah.
chat, so that you can like look it up later. It's called The Waking Life, and it is David Linklater who directed Boyhood. He's done a lot of really innovative stuff in cinema. But he got this animation software that does some like rotoscoping, and he put this anthology of stories together. And it's all it is just it's not really a story, but they use the concept of somebody who's waking up into another dream constantly to tell these. He just basically had his creative team go, do what you want with it, explore the software. We're going to be doing something with this later, and then and they used this to make the software to make a Scanner Darkly, which is the one with Keanu Reeves, and it's a Philip K. Dick story. He's the guy that wrote Blade Runner and a bunch of stuff. I mean, he's one of the most prolific science fiction writers ever.
All right.
This guy's a huge fan.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to keep up with you. So I typed
Okay.
in, I got Waking Life,
Yeah,
and there's like, it's got like a lot of animation stuff,
that's the
right?
one. Yeah, if you can find that, get into the Real Good app and look for that. If you can find that someplace, definitely watch it. Alex Jones has a little bit in that where he's just in like some car with a speaker system and he's shouting into the microphone as he's driving down the street. I had no idea who the guy was when I was watching it. And then my brother was like, oh, you got to check out this guy, Alex Jones. He's absolutely nuts. And I was like, oh, I think I've heard that voice before. Yeah, this.
Dude, all this makes me want to do is get Volstorm on here, fired up.
Yeah, this thing here is crazy. Now, these people were doing something that was a lot more like experimental, and it looks like a lot of it they cranked it out. But if you know what rotoscoping is,
No, what is rotoscoping?
Rotoscoping is a technique where you animate over living, where you animate over real actors. So you're basically tracing human beings, and it looks really cool because it's animated, but
Yeah.
a Scanner Darkly looks it. If you've never tripped on acid before and you don't want to, and you want to know what it exactly looks like, it looks like a Scanner Darkly.
A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, and it's a movie about drugs. Yeah.
I've never tripped on acid before, so
And don't even bother. It's a lot cheaper, and the movie ends in 2 hours. An acid trip doesn't end for 8. So
oh, dude, yeah, that's not good. That's
yeah, you have to plan it out.
yeah. Who wants to plan stuff, man? I can't do that.
I wasn't planning on coming on here. I'm not actually planning on sticking around much longer either, only because it's like midnight.
Yeah.
A little after midnight. And
Dude, you see, we're both in the same. We're both Eastern time, and so that was me. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna kick on here and stuff because there's so much stuff's happened this week.
yeah, right.
And mine's been, I just by chance had some time off that I could go. Like my schedule, my wife's schedule, everything teamed up right, and I was able to go to these places. And so, like, in the meantime, like, of course, I don't have any time to make new content. Everything is a live stream for me, which thankfully
I know how you feel. It's really terrible. I've got stuff I need to do. I got comic books laying over there. I want to do like reviews on. There's pinstripe videos I want to do, but it seems like the only thing, and I'm trying to work on this comic book so I can do that while I'm talking.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that like the live stream, I feel like I have no idea what Scully's saying. Scanner Darkly was a midnight movie.
Well, midnight movie. I guess what midnight movies are like. Rocky Horror Picture Show. What's that?
I think Sully sounds sweet when you hear her. I think she uses that southern accent to her advantage.
You have to read it to yourself with that southern accent.
Yeah. She's I think she is no I think she knows more.
Eraserhead is a midnight movie.
She is. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm stopping with that. But no, it's the we're talking about the live stream thing. It's easier. It's so much easier to get on because you have. Well, this is fun, and I hope other people have fun, and I hope you're having fun. And
That
I was
seems
like,
like your
when I
biggest-
saw you,
your
when I saw you
biggest
pop
concern
up,
with everything.
do what?
Your biggest concern with everything is making sure that people have fun.
Oh
And that's
yeah,
nice. I mean, you're always saying that you have. It sounds like. I mean, if you're being sincere, which there's no reason why I would think that you're not. That you actually like. I love hanging out like this.
dude, this is the great. Like, you have no idea how excited I got when I saw you. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect. It's just like you came in right when I was talking about something. I didn't think most people would even care about stuff, and you came in, and of course, like, you're like the intellectual of the group here.
Really?
Well, have you listened to the shows?
I know.
Have you listened to the shows?
And the one you had on the other night with I was last Friday. I was
Yeah.
cleaning. I had the area that I work in. I had to clean it. And it takes like 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I kept coming back to the phone and texting or commenting and coming back to the phone and commenting. I'm like, what kind of an asshole? What kind of presumptive asshole thinks that he can solve a fight between two people who are streaming about, they're states away. Nobody can actually
Yes.
do anything to each other. And I'm like,
Yes.
no, you know what I'm picking up from this guy? And I'm just like, I think that this is what this guy's thinking. And I think that this is what this other guy's thinking. And one of these days they're just going to have a beer and everything's going to be fine.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That was really weird. We've because like outside of YouTube stuff, outside the tubes. I say YouTube. I'm also right now we're streaming on Twitch and we're streaming on Twitter.
Well, we are.
So yeah. I do 3 streams when we do this. If I paid for the I don't know, the double secret payment program, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. My stuff goes to Rumble right after, but
now my stuff goes to Rumble and it goes to Odyssey, but the
Okay.
live streams don't.
I haven't figured out. Yeah, the live streams don't, just the regular content. I haven't figured
Yeah.
out Odyssey yet. There's not enough time.
Yeah, there's not like. Well, that's funny because I think I have a better grasp on it than I do Rumble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think. But I may not. I don't know. Just I know that I've got them both linked up to YouTube, so everything that gets put up here doubles out to them.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's why I like doing it. I wish I could. Well, that's why I use StreamYards because it goes out to 3 different platforms, and it's like if I paid whatever the next tier up is, it will stream out to maybe 4 platforms or something. But see, the only other
it's like having a Hootsuite account, and you can only, you can only post to 3 different services, and then you got to start paying money.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, was it the the only other ones to stream out to would be Facebook, and I've done streams to Facebook, but I don't know if I even have my Facebook account public. It's weird. I always put my videos and stuff up there, but I've never got any response. Of course, I put all my videos I have a blogger too, and everything goes up to it. I have so many multiple platforms that everything goes to.
Yeah.
I wish I could get a Twitter app, that it would go to Twitter and Getter and Truth, all these things at once. But it looks like Twitter's going to fix itself. Thankfully.
Well, that's what a Hootsuite is. It's for, you post something, it'll go to Well, once you put something on Facebook, it basically goes to Instagram. But if you have a Twitter, a Facebook, and something else, I think they do 3 of them for free. You write one post, and then it sends it out to the other ones.
How come I've never heard of Hootsuite before then?
I don't know. I was using it for a little bit, but there were some, and that was before Facebook was sending that stuff out to Instagram. So there would be stipulations, it's got to be a square photo if you want it to go out here and here, But you know how it is.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
God, I love that movie so much.
Service. I just didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, that's
trying to watch my budget.
Well, that's how all this stuff is, man. gosh, you'd have enjoyed it because I was talking to my wife. It's like, I think we need to get our streaming platforms kind of reeled in. I was like, I bet you we'd probably save $100 a month if we figured out what we liked. And like $100 is a lot of money,
Yeah, well, ROI, depends on if you're actually getting something out of it. If it's worth paying for.
Yeah,
and there's some stuff that you just cannot get away with. Like freaking, one of the things I was aware of like years ago is like fonts. When you're working with fonts, and so many of them are free.
Yeah.
For personal use.
Yeah.
I'm paying for more of them now because you cannot put something like that in a comic book and publish it and have it go out, and then somebody sees their stuff and that's a copyright infringement right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, paying it covers yourself, right?
Yeah.
It covers you and doing stuff. But of course, when you're like all this stuff. I mean, so like my goal is to be able to monetize this YouTube channel because
right.
I'm sitting there going, they're running ads off of it, right? So why not get the percentage that little meager percent that YouTube will put out? Why not accept it? They do it, just do it. But
do you have the subscribers for it? What do you need to have?
No, you have to have 1,000 subscribers,
right,
to be considered for monetization. It's funny, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 video hours watched.
Okay.
And to give you an idea, like all my demographics and all my stuff are absolutely phenomenal. Like I cannot believe the subscribers I have. It's like the best group of subscribers. Like I hear other people talk on their YouTube stuff, and they don't have a return rate. They don't have the average listen time. All that stuff on mine is higher than about everything that I'm used to hearing people talk about.
What do you mean, like a return rate where they can tell the person that was listening yesterday is also listening today?
So, like, you can't, like, unless I don't know where it is, like on YouTube, and this is just YouTube, you can see, like 77, like, let's see here. So, like, I'm at 450 subscribers now.
Okay, yeah.
Last time I looked, I don't know what that subscribe count was, but it was like I had, it was like 25% of my subscribers were also subscribed for notifications. So that means that.
So you can tell that they want the bell rung.
Yeah, you can tell that. And by the way, if you're listening to this, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. And whatever YouTube content you're on, please do that. And check out ID Crisis's site as well.
I got to get some new stuff up there because I can't tell if somebody's on there looking at custom paint stuff or comic book stuff or whatever. I know like John Delarose has a bunch of different channels. I don't know if I want to do that. I just have them separated out into playlists.
Yeah, I was going to say, playlists is all you really need. And like me, like I was see the Summer Wells stuff, and it's thanks to Sully.
She's tucked in, by the way.
Do what?
She says she's tucked in.
Tucked in?
All tucked in. She says she loves you, and she's all tucked in.
Oh,
that was at 12:15. So
no, that's Cool Frog. That's Cool Frog.
No.
I love you, Cool Frog. See the emojis? She's speaking.
Oh yeah. But she's okay. Well, to love Cool Frog is to love the expert. I mean, they are like kind of one and the same.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Cool Frog says, "Sully, go to bed."
Right.
But
I'm gonna need to do the same thing too here, probably like another 8 minutes. But
yeah, I'm sorry. I'll just tell you the turnaround stuff or the numbers, the analytics of it. But it's like, so here's the thing. So you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and like Cool Frog said, 1,000 subs is rough.
Right.
And you have to have 4,000 views, like viewer hours within the last year, to get this. I'm pushing. I'll have by next month, maybe I think over 100,000 viewer hours.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so I have like 400. You're talking about like 450 subscribers, and I'm pushing. I mean, I'm pushing 2,000. No, wait, hold on, is that right? No. Hold on, I don't do math. 220. Like each subscriber's watched like 20 hours, right? Anyway, the numbers are it's a large. I'm satisfied with it. I mean, I'm kind of impressed. I'm like, oh wow, like I get a lot of views. The problem is I'm not turning those into subscribers, but the subscribers I do get are very loyal, and so I'd rather have that. I'll take my long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Um, you know,
Yeah, I
but
need to. I need to get into the analytics more and see exactly if I can see what people are watching, or it's like if you could like, try to read their mind and find out, well, why? What did you watch? Why did you subscribe?
okay,
I wanna see
that's what I
more.
was gonna. So that goes back to where you said like playlist and stuff, and I was talking about Sully and like that whole Summer Wells thing. So I have a Summer Wells playlist. So
Right.
I'll put out a Summer Wells video, and I mean, dude, right now, just go to. Let's see here. Let me do this real quick. So if I
Like in
go
my
to
own.
if I go to like YouTube and just at any time hit this up, like I'm doing Summer Wells, and you go over to there, and it's like, let's see here, is there a live one right now? Right now there's one called Farm Lady. She's live right now, has 258 people watching. You have another one called Dolly Vision. He's at 1.3 thousand watching live right now. And then you start seeing all these how many people the views on content for Summer Wells. It's
Uh-huh.
like 5 hours ago was one. It has 4.7 thousand. You got 5 hours ago is another one. It's got 5,000 views. So anyway, I put out content and I'm looking at it, I can have like 30 views or like 40, whatever. Like some of it gets pretty good numbers, but I'm like, Jesus, it just seems like so low. So I've never really paid attention to it. Well, then I started going back to my playlist because something popped up and it said like most people find my channel from Summer Wells. And I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. So I go to that Summer Wells playlist and videos that I had done that, like, I figure, like, after I got about 20, because after about the first 48 hours, you don't really have much growth. At least
Okay.
that's my observation. And Nick Rekieta kind of said something along that, like, you don't see much growth after such a, like, 48 hours or whatever.
Right.
But my stuff on Summer now, it's all like every one of my videos are like I said, I had like maybe say 20 views of them. But now I go back, it's 100, 150, 200. I'm like, oh wow, like where did all these come from? And same thing with Gabby Petito. Like I went back and like 4 of my top videos are Gabby Petito videos, and they're like 6,000 plus each.
Yeah,
And
yeah. See, I
when
was looking just now. I was while you were talking and going through that. The one that I've got the most engagement on is a lesson in doing gold leaf.
oh, that's crazy.
So people probably just want to learn more about that.
Yeah, yeah. And that'll be a one off. And I've seen that some content creators that they have stuff where they don't do a channel anymore. Like they start off doing a channel, they did like say a dozen videos, and one of those videos hits and they have like 1.5 million views, and but then they never. It's like after that, like the next video is like 100 views or something like that. And it seems like they just got deflated and stopped. They're like, oh well, I give up now. It's definitely a thing you have to do day in day out. But now, it's funny. So like the thing that the little victories you have, they drive you. So
Yeah.
now, like my second highest, how do people get to my channel, is that they search for the expert. I was like, that's really
That's
wild.
crazy. Yeah, that I wonder how much of that has to just do with somebody wanting to listen to an expert on anything.
Right? That's what I was thinking, because like whenever I type in like expert on stuff, like I see all these other experts say or expert this stuff, something like that. But then like my channel, like I forget what I was looking up on, and it was like the fourth one that popped up. I was like, oh, that's crazy. It's just
Yeah.
it's cool. But I mean that's your little victories. But yeah, the whole analytics, man, you can become obsessed with that. And I try to ignore it all and just keep going. And it's like past couple days we've had a lot of new people have got to meet because of Sully and these Summer Wells streams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I have to tell you this big announcement. Might be a wah wah for you, but the stream we did
Oh,
You were the
bad news for me.
well. It was your stream. The stream that we did, okay, was the highest guest stream I've ever had.
Yeah, you mentioned
Until
that once before. Until what?
until Monday, and it was the Summer Wells stuff.
Right.
Now,
So,
but now here's the thing, though. I'm just saying that Sully was the guest on there, but the topic was not. Like, you were the topic. You're still the top one, you know. And these are numbers I'm just making up. It's like, oh well, yeah, like because that show. I mean, I advertised it, you know, did a shorts video for it,
right.
Put it out on Twitter and everything else. And I was always like, yeah, you're the. Oh, and by the way, that one picked up on one of the podcasts. I couldn't believe that. I don't even know what. I try to take all this content and download the audio and put it up on the podcast. And I never follow podcasts, so I have no idea what the numbers are over there.
Yeah, I tried podcasts before, but it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense for me to do a pod because, you know, you do a podcast about what you really like and what you really, you know, love to do. And I'm like, I don't know if I really love to do what I'm doing. I just know more about it than anything else. And that's why I was doing it. And then I was like, okay, well, one of the other issues that we're having is that, you know, art is a visual medium and podcasts are not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, see, so that's where it works out great for you. You need to get your account on Anchor.fm. And
what's that?
It is Spotify owns them. And I may have a code, too, by the way. So I'll have to look for it. But no, they have a. I don't know what the code would do. I'm supposed to be monetized over there, and I haven't turned in my stuff yet. But they're owned by Spotify, and it is the easiest way to get on podcasts. Like, I spent so much time, so many hours and everything trying to figure out how to set up a podcast.
Yeah, me too. I've got the, you know, the what do they call it? Your
RSS stream and all that.
RSS feed, yeah. All of that stuff. Yeah. And it's fun to learn, but yeah.
Yeah, well, but yeah, that's the whole thing. You don't have time to learn. You got to get your stuff out there, right? And it's like every day you're learning is a day that you're not producing. And Anchor.fm, man, like that, you sign up, you put in, you know, your email address, you're on in like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. It takes you total because
it's just like all this stuff is automated.
Yeah, and once you're there, then the hardest thing was getting on Apple Podcasts.
Right. It takes a while for them to process the thing.
Yeah, well, I forget, like, they have like a creator channel you got to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, dude, it was a pain. I finally got on it because I was just determined to get on it. And then I get an email from Amazon, and they're now doing podcasts. Mm-hmm. So, like, you could tell, like, Alexa, you know, find the expert.
Find me an expert.
Yeah, if you find me an expert, yeah.
Find me an expert, and well, we got the expert.
Yeah, the expert.
Done.
I need to start putting parentheses around the, but you put like the expert, and so your device will start playing it,
right.
And yeah, it's really cool. I mean, the whole deal. But Amazon, gosh, man, it was the easiest thing in the world to go on. The hard one was Apple, and even though Anchor, they send all the stuff out. So you upload to Anchor, and it immediately goes out to all your platforms. But you immediately also get a Spotify platform, and you know Spotify is like
it does all the tagging and everything.
You have to type in your title. You have to type in your description.
Yeah.
What else do you do? Hang on a second. You know what?
But do you have to have a specific audio file format, or can you like MP3 or whatever? I mean, can you go like raw from your digital mic or whatever? Because I mean, the stuff that I'm using now, I had it all figured out for a podcast. I had to move different cables and stuff like that around it. It was all like, does this work? Does this work? Unplug this, plug that back in. Can you hear me? And I'm like, Jeff, get on the computer so I can figure out if this thing's working or not.
The funniest thing about Anchor stuff is that it's set up for your phone the best. So like you can go to your phone, you just go to the app and you hit record like this. I've yet to find sound that sounds as good as just raw Anchor, and you just talk through your headphones,
Oh, shit.
and just so like, how far do you drive a day? Like, do you have a destination you go every day? It's like a 30-minute drive. You get
Oh,
in,
well, yeah, something like that. I mean,
you fire up your Anchor, you hit record, and you name your podcast. You name that episode,
right.
and you for 30 minutes you talk, and then you get to your destination. You just hit up. But
Hmm.
this is it, man. It's like I'm all set up. They're connected with WordPress, and so I
That's
have.
good. Yeah, that's handy too. Because I mean, before that, I was like, well, who's going to work better with Word? I mean, I moved all my stuff over from Register.com to HostGator because I was told that HostGator is better at handling podcasts and content like this, and that Register.com wasn't the best. It wasn't the best hosting company for that, and I had been in with them for years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Well, see, so they're all set up there, and you can either see it says like Anchor by Spotify.
yeah.
So like, you can either go to Anchor and listen to all the podcasts. Like, you can use it as a podcasting platform. And then I just saw was that they now have video podcasts here on Spotify, and so I mean, I've uploaded videos through this. So let's see. So go like new episode, and we either create one or we could do a quick upload.
It's just like StreamYard. You either stream or you upload a video.
That's exactly what it is, and that's it, man. And it's taken care of. And this doesn't cost anything.
Really?
Anchors, yes.
Well, so are they? They have to be throwing their own advertisements into your stuff.
We'll see up here where it says money.
Yeah.
So they want me to do a 30-second ad advertising for Anchor, and for every 1,000 views, like I get like $10.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, okay, I was like, well, I don't have that many views, and see, I don't know how
you're doing one right now.
An ad, yeah, I know. But see, like right here, so like my estimated audience is 1, and I'm like, well, that's weird because I go with the other ones.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, I know, right? But I think that's just for Anchor. See, that doesn't have, because see, it says like you have 7. No, that's not it. Where did it go? It said I'm on 7 platforms. Well, see, I know I'm on more than that. But see, it's like all these like Google Podcasts, Overcast. I've never even checked out Overcast. I'm on Amazon Music now. Let's see. 1, 2,
I was gonna
3,
say, I gotta have
4,
Stitcher in there.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's 8 here. I don't know why it says you're on 7. Maybe I need to check that out.
Isn't one of them? Does it? Okay, so you're on 7, or does it mean that you're on a 7 additional besides here?
It may be, but well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, see, there's 8 here, and then there's also.
You said it's by Spotify. Never mind.
Yeah, well, see, I'm also on Spotify, so it's like these 8 I know I'm on. I'm also on Spotify, so that's 9. Anchor.fm is 10, and then
are they the same thing?
Yeah, but you can go to either one of their sites. Some people go to Anchor, some people go to Spotify, and then also I'm on iHeartRadio. So yeah, I mean, podcasts.
You're bad, man. You're nationwide.
You know what's funny is this one right
Worldwide.
here. Apple Podcast is the one that gets all the hits.
That's what I use. I mean, when I'm on my phone, I turn on my I turn on my podcast from there. I get in my car and I listen to a daily audio Bible. It's like 20 minutes, and I crank it up to like a like 1 1/4 speed, so that I can like get through it faster because my ride's isn't that long.
Yeah,
but that's that. I'd listen to that one, and the one that I can't do that with, I can't listen to Ben Shapiro at anything other than normal speed because he already talks too fast. Yeah, I tried that once, but it's like that's a neat little feature. Turn it up, make it go fast, and you'll actually, it's weird because when it's like, getting out of a sauna and jumping out into a warm pool, and it still feels freezing cold.
Yes.
Yeah, when you start listening to people talk at regular speed, in my head, I'll get impatient.
Yes, you're like, come on, hurry.
Go, get to the point. Yeah, and it's really bad with me, man. I'm already tripping over my tongue, and starting sentences 4 and 5 times before I get to even the middle part of it. But
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's awesome, man.
that's why I like you though, because
Why?
you do the same thing.
Well, gotta talk fast, or I start
No,
over 4 times.
That part, yeah.
Oh, you forget where you're going and trying to redo things and circle back around to your original thought. Yes.
Yep.
Well, listen, ID man, I appreciate you jumping on here, dude. It's always
I'm glad that you're ending this right now because I don't have to say goodbye.
Dude, you're like one of my absolute favorite people to talk to. Actually, probably, man. This is like, I mean, this is really one of the things that's cool about how this is now the internet actually working the way we were promised it was going to work. And it's like, I've met this guy who does this stuff. Like, I never would have met you in my life if not for this stuff.
My propensity to listen to garbage gossip about G4.
That's it.
That was it. I needed to know what was going on, and that's how I found you.
What was you said the gossip about what?
The Frosk thing.
Oh, Frosk.
Yeah.
You found Frosk. Okay.
Yeah, everybody was talking about this thing that was going on with G4, and I'm like, I need to get into I need more details about this. So I searched YouTube for it, and you came up. I'm like, all right, this is, and also it was a longer video, so I could, and I was at work, so I could like just have it play in the background, just do my thing, and then listen to it. And the more I listened to it, I was like, man, this guy talks like me. He's got the balls to get on YouTube and just be himself. And I'm like, I got to do that more. But that's awesome. That's the thing I liked about it. Yeah, it's very you're not afraid of the phrase I like to use. You're not afraid of your garage band status.
Oh no,
because eventually it's going to get better and better, and
Yeah, you got to, and that's the hard thing. Of course, I mean, I fell into every pitfall that everybody says don't do, and I preach about it, and I preach about it because I'm like, guys, please listen to me, please, just do it, man, just jump out there and do it.
You want something out of life, you got to put yourself out there.
There you go. That's it, man. That's the whole thing, and. This thing, it's fun, but yeah, this is great, man. I love having you on here. You're always welcome.
Thanks.
And other than that, man, I'm gonna shut the whole show down. So if you have anything you want to kick out there, anybody?
I don't. I've got I'm gonna have a nice warm glass of milk and.
Dude, look at this. But real quick, look at this. What Sully just said. Her Alexa alarm is me laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a nightmare. That's how you wake up from nightmares. Hey, listen, guys. Tomorrow night's Friday Night Live. Starts at 9, I think. 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. We'll have a good time. Everybody's always welcome to hang out. I think Jules from California. Have you seen her or heard her?
Have I? No.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. No, I don't think so. It's not. Who was on before? It's Dictionary Diva.
Yeah, Dictionary Diva's always there.
Sully.
Volstorm's always there.
Right.
Sully's become our super fan here. Oh man, Brock, I love her. And Brock, I'm gonna tell you because now you kind of gotten into like what a regular stream is here for me. Like, by the way, you have got the greatest voice. You really do. Like, if Brock and Diva teamed up, it'd be dangerous.
Okay.
But anyway,
I wasn't sure who you were talking about.
Yeah, Brock over here in the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. I'm watching the comments too.
Yeah, that's I love when these guys start talking back and forth to each other. It's like it's a sideshow to the show. But anyway, well, listen.
I know, it's weird. It makes it hard to concentrate, but it's a good distraction. So
that's what's great is when you have several people on here. Is someone will say, "Hey, did you see this in the chat?" Of course, I'm never seeing the chat because I'm looking for something else. That's the problem with being an engineer at the same time that you're doing content. So
yeah, I've seen the guys that do Tuesday night striping at it's a striper over in New Jersey. They do a lot of live feeds and stuff on Facebook. There's somebody there working. There's somebody there watching the stream. Somebody there answering questions. Like it's like a little whole staff, and you don't appreciate how much you actually need it.
Yeah.
Until you're doing it, and you're like, man, it is. It's really neat. It's necessary. But I'm going to bail. I'm going to go and go horsies and brush my teeth and
Man, have a good night, man. And dream of beautiful women or, I don't know, fast motorcycles. Who knows? Whatever it is, man, have a good dreams.
Beautiful motorcycles and fast women.
That's the best part right there.
Right.
There we go. There you go. Listen, love you guys. Thanks for checking us out tonight.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Everybody, you know what to do. Be safe. And until next time, Godspeed, y'all.